Rear Admiral Charles W. Rock is a native of upstate New York. He was commissioned in 1987 through the Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps program at Texas A&M University, where he received a Bachelor of Science in Ocean Engineering. Rock holds a master's degree also in National Security Strategy from the National War College. His assignments at sea include Combat Information Center Officer aboard USS Moana Tisdale, FFG 27, Electrical Officer aboard USS Abraham Lincoln, CBN 72, Operations Officer in USS Cole, DDG 67, and the USS Lead Gulf, CG 55. Executive Officer aboard USS Donald Cook, DDG 75, and Commanding Officer on High-Speed Vessel Swift, HSV 2. Ashore, he has served as Command, Control, and Communication Plans Officer, U.S. European Command, Military Assistant to the Political Advisor, U.S. Joint Forces Command, Deputy Executive Assistant and Flag Secretary to the Commander, U.S. Joint Forces Command and the Supreme Allied Commander, Transformation Division Chief, Strategic Plans and Policy Directorate, JA5, and the Joint Chief of Staff, Navy Installations Command, Commander Fleet Activities, Japan, and as Commandant, Naval District, Washington. Rear Admiral Rock assumed command of the Navy's Mid-Atlantic region on July 20th, 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Rear Admiral Rock.
That sounds like I'm old. Maybe because I am. Well, good morning. And thank you all for being here. You are all absolutely incredible. You inspire and you motivate me, and thank you for your resilience and for braving the elements to be here this morning. You know, it's a little daunting when I was asked to be the guest speaker at such a solemn and humbling and an important event here today. But this morning I received some very sound advice from a respected member of our Hampton Roads community, and he told me, just keep it shorter than the Gettysburg Address, will you? So, Mr. Goodwin, thank you very much for that advice. I will certainly do that. Before I get rolling, I think it's appropriate to recognize some very important people that are here this morning. Congressman Bobby Scott, thank you, sir, for being here, and thank you for your enduring contributions to our nation, both in and out of uniform. The Honorable Carlos Hopkins, Virginia Secretary of Veterans Affairs. There is nobody in the Commonwealth that works harder than you do at supporting our veterans. So thank you, sir, for coming from Richmond to be here this morning. The Cemetery Director and member of the Horton Wreathes Society, Dan Camano. Thank you very much, Dan, for all of your honorable work that you do every single day. Betty Hand, President of the Horton Wreathes Society, and the entire Horton Wreathes Society team, thank you for your tireless support of the veterans year in, year out to make this event happen. Mr. Mike Yarbrough, who I have the pleasure of working with every day, who's retired Navy Chief Petty Officer and also a member of the Wreathes Society, thank you for your incredible selflessness in coordinating the delivery of over 8,700 wreaths that we have here this morning. And last, to the VIPs of our VIPs, if you will, and that's to our distinguished veterans and honored family members, to include Ms. Sharon Patterson, a Gold Star mom. Thank you for joining us today and for your sacrifices. Today, we're here to honor our veterans that eternally rest here. And we remember their sacrifices and their courage to defend honor, duty, and country. And Senior Chief Petty Officer Horton, for whom the cemetery is named, has followed our Navy core values of honor, courage, and commitment when it came to advocacy, to having another veterans cemetery built so that those in Hampton Roads could call this final resting place home. Because of what he was able to accomplish, thousands of sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, soldiers have made these grounds their final resting place. And I think it's up to us to continue that legacy that Senior Chief Horton started. So today, and in the years ahead, let us remember those who have served and what they did for us. And in remembering, let us also look forward to the opportunity to teach future generations about the impact these men and women have had in serving our great nation. Today, as we remember and reflect, we must also remember to act. We must act as citizens in ways that honor and remember the lives, sacrifice, and legacy of those who served our great nation. And let us, each of us, commit to a new keeping their memories alive and the importance of the contributions and sacrifices. We must help future generations understand that the act of committing yourself to your country and being willing to fight for the freedom of others is among the most noble of all endeavors. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, for braving the weather. And may God give us the wisdom, the strength, and the grace to live lives worthy that are laid to rest here. And most importantly, to never ever forget the importance of their lives and their sacrifices in the name of freedom. So may God bless all that served, all that have served, and stood guard on behalf. May God bless the fallen that are ever in your everlasting arms. And may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.